Hello friends, in today's video we are going to see bottom-up approach for added distance problem. In my last video I have already explained recursion tree of added distance problem and we have found out that we can apply dynamic programming here. So now let's come here. So you may be thinking I have drawn recursion tree here, and why? See, this recursion tree is going to help us in finding the table dimension as well as the table size. Now come to table dimension. See, here we have two variables and these two variables are m and n. Length string 1 length and this is length of string 2. Now we have table dimension, that is it will be a 2 dimension. Now derive the table length. See, here m is 3 and n is also 3. And what are the distinct values that m or n are taking? If you analyze it carefully, m is taking 4 distinct values, that is 3, 2, 1, 0. Similarly, n is also taking 4 distinct values, 3, 2, 1, 0. And suppose if n would have been 4, then n would have taken 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. 5 distinct values. So what can we conclude from here? That the size will be m plus 1 cross n plus 1. Okay. So my table will be of dimension 2 and size will be, that is number of rows will be m plus 1 and number of column will be n plus 1. Okay. This is what I have done here. And I am initializing the table with 0. 0 into n plus 1. This is for column. And this here is for rows. Okay. So this is my table dimension and definition. Now what we are going to do, see, this is my bottom up code. But to write this bottom up code, what do you need? You need table dimension, table size, and the last and most important thing is that you need to figure out the dependency. That is, suppose I am calculating a value in table, then what are the value I need to be pre-computed? Now let's understand it through example. Suppose this as a table. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. This one is representing m and it m. 2, 3. Okay. Now see, ed of 2, 2. This one will be ed of 2, 2, and from which cell it will be taking its value. ed of 2, 1. So this one is ed of 2, 1, ed of 1, 2. If you will imagine this as a table, okay, 1, 2, and this one will 1, 1. So left cell, diagonal cell, upper cell. Now let's take another example. This time I am taking example of ed of 1, 1. So ed of 1, 1 is this cell. It is taking either from 1, 0, that is this, or from 0, 1 or 0, 0. So diagonal. Now let's see ed of 3, 3. This one is ed of 3, 3 and it is taking its value from diagonal. So this is the case when characters we are matching are equal, and these are the cases where characters were not equal. So even if your character is equal, your value is coming from diagonal. So what can I conclude from here? See, if I am updating any cell, it doesn't matter whether the characters are equal or not. My values will come from either left cell, diagonal cell or upper cell. So this is my conclusion. Now see, what is your dependency? If I want to fill a cell, I need this and this to be pre-computed. And how can we fulfill this dependency? We have two ways to do it. Let's see the first one first. This is my table. If I will fill my table row wise from left to right, aren't our dependency going to be covered? See, if I will fill it like this and I want to compute this particular value, So I need this diagonal upper. So you can see from here that it will be covered. And what is second way to do it? See. Second way is to fill it column wise. Okay, from up to down. Here also see, suppose I want to update this particular cell. See, before updating this particular cell, this cell will be updated. That is, upper cell will be updated, and before updating this particular column, this column will be updated. So left, diagonal and up. All these will be updated before this particular cell. So I have two options to do it. Either to fill it like this or fill it like this. So what I am doing in this particular code is that I am showing you the first approach. Okay, that is filling row wise. Now let's see what I am doing in this particular code. So first of all, this is my for loop, and this will keep track of my rows. Okay. For I in range m plus 1, m is number of character in string 1, and it will represent rows. Okay. Now this one will keep track of columns. Now come here. Are you seeing anything similar here? This is the same recursive equation, but I have translated it to a tabular form. Okay. So first of all, what I am doing? I am checking if I is equal to 0 or j is equal to 0. What is this? That is, either of my string is a empty string or both is a string. Both is empty. Okay. Now, second is elif s1 I minus 1 equal to s2 j minus 1. So what I am doing here? I am checking whether the characters that I am matching are equal or not. And if this is the case, then tab of ij equal to tab of I minus 1 j minus 1. That is this thing. From here character matched, and I have called AD of 2, 2. Now comes the last case. And last case is what? The characters which I am matching are not matching. Okay. So in this particular case, I have three options. One is to insert, second is to delete, and third is to replace. As you can see here, AD of 1, 1 character did not match, so it gave a function called to this, and this. And ultimately what I am going to do, I will choose a minimum and I will add 1 to it, and I will update in this particular cell. That is delete, insert and replace. And once this table will be filled, I am going to return tab of m n. So this is my bottom up code. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to dry run this particular code on an example. Okay. Now to give it a dry run, let's take an example of these two strings. So string 1 is equal to ABCD and string 2 is equal to XYABZ. So what is my motto here? I want to find out the minimum number of operations required to convert this to this. And to do it, what I am going to do? I will make a function called ed of m, n. And what is m here? M is 4, length of string 1, and n is 5. So here I will make a function called ed of 4, 5. Okay. Now see, what will happen here? So first of all, this for loop, for I in range m plus 1, m is 4. So this for loop will execute for I equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And this for loop will execute for j in range m plus 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now first of all, let's see one thing. See, in this particular column, j will be equal to 0, and in this particular row, I will be equal to 0. So if I is equal to 0 or j is equal to 0, what I am doing? In tab of ij, I am updating max of ij. So this is what I will do now. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's see how this remaining parts will be filled. So first of all, I will match these two characters. That is this thing. Okay. So as you can see here, characters are not matching. So control will come here, and in tab of ij, one of these plus one will be updated. And what one? Minimum. So minimum is 0. 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. Now here a and y not matching, so minimum plus 1. Okay, here a and a, so diagonal value. So 2 will be updated here. One more thing, see, this one denotes deletion, this denotes insertion, and this denotes replace. Okay, replace or either the character are equal. Okay, now see, AB matching, not matching. So what I am going to do, 1 plus minimum, so it will be 3. AZ not matching, so 1 plus minimum. Now BX not matching, 1 plus minimum, so 2. BY not matching, 2. BA not matching, 3. BB matching, 2. BZ not matching, 3. CX not matching, 3. CY not matching, 3. CA not matching, 3. CB not matching, 3. CZ not matching, 3. Okay, now see this thing, DX not matching, so 4. DY not matching, so it will also be 4. Minimum plus 1. DA not matching, 4. DB not matching, 4. DZ not matching, 4. Okay, minimum plus 1. So this is how this table will be filled. Now come the main thing, time complexity. What will be the time complexity here? See, inside this for loop, this will execute. Okay, so this for loop will execute for order of m plus 1, and inside it there is another for loop which will execute for order of n plus 1. So time complexity will be order of m. Okay, now see space complexity. This is the table which I am updating in this particular example. So space complexity will also be order of m n. Okay, now I have a question for you. I will answer it also. See, can we reduce the space complexity further? Give it a thought for 1 minute. Okay, then see what I am answering. Yeah, see how I am updating this particular table. If I am updating this particular cell, I need either this value, or this value. Do I need any value from 0th row? Answer is no. Again, suppose I am updating this particular cell, so I will need value from here, here, or here. So do I need a value from here, here, or here? Answer is no. So can this particular thing be done in order of m or n or not? Answer is yes. See, one more thing, I can update this table as this also and this one, that is row wise also or column wise also. So what I can do here is that I will update the table which one is minimum. That is, if m is minimum, I will update table column wise, and if n is minimum, so I will update table row wise. So basically what I am trying to say here is that I can reduce the time complexity to order of mean of m comma n. Okay, and one more thing, I will need a constant space. And what will be that constant space for? That constant space will be for diagonal value. Okay, so just give it a thought how to do it, and I have shared the code in the description. And one more thing, just give it a try to understand. If you are not getting it, then either ask your doubt in comment section, or if there will be a lot of doubt, then I am going to make a separate video on this particular things. And for the time being, this is all I have for this particular video. And if you have liked it, then please like, share and subscribe, and thanks a lot for watching.